Welcome back to how to DeFi the system. Today, we're going to be going into mining, proof of work, proof of stake, different proofs, just for a quick deep dive into what it is and what that means to you. Now, in the early days of Bitcoin, you could easily mine Bitcoins with just a little bit of computational power, your computer. And there were people that did so, and those that were smart enough to hold on to their Bitcoins and not sell them at 100 or 1,000 probably made a lot of money today. But now, as you can see, you need complex rigs like this with thousands and thousands of ASIC or GPUs. Now, for Bitcoin, you need ASICs, but for Ethereum, it's still profitable to mine with GPUs. Now, I'm sure you've heard about the rising concern and the energy use of cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, but also Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin is a very inefficient model. It's the first model that we've had, as I described in Crypto is Not Only Bitcoin video. It's the first model we've had, and it was the first to bring innovation into the mix and bring a viable method of online payments that did not require a trusted third party. And the reason the energy is so high is because of the proof of work algorithm that it uses. You have to use ASIC computers now because so much computational power is required because of how many iterations the entire network and the ledger has gone through, without getting into the mathematics of it, just to keep it simple. Personally, in my belief, it's unstable, it's inefficient, and it's not necessary anymore. But the reality is that so many miners have invested money into these rigs that you see in these pictures here that it becomes unlikely that together they would agree to fork to a proof of stake Bitcoin algorithm. Now, Ethereum, which you can see here, a little logo of Ethereum, Ethereum's already doing so. So right now you can mine Ethereum like this with these GPUs you see here. And I currently have a GPU. I only have one GPU and it's mining. It used to make me about $250 a month. Now it's making me $100 a month. So it's not something I would advise doing. I did it because I wanted a GPU for gaming, which were hard to come by. So I thought, okay, I'll get a really high-end GPU, and in the time I'm not gaming, I'll just let it mine. And it's probably gotten, in the past couple months, about half of the value that I've spent on the GPU back. So it is a worthwhile investment if that's something you want to do. Now, again, the mining profits have gone down. And that's expected. That's happened for, Bitcoin before, and it's going to happen for Ethereum, and it's going to happen for every proof of work, because as it becomes profitable, more miners join the network, and it becomes less profitable, and it also gets harder eventually. So what is mining, right? What happens is all of these GPUs or ASIC computers are running the computations that require the validation of that are required to validate and construct new blocks and add them to a ledger. Now, miners in Ethereum don't necessarily have to run a full node, which means they don't have to have a full record of all of the transactions that have occurred. They can actually just add to the transactions and basically run computation. Now, Ethereum works a little bit different than Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is just a ledger. Ethereum also has state values stored, which means that computational power that is being offered by the network can do things other than just transfer and store the record of transferred value. They can also create rules at when that value is transferred and execute those rules depending on what's occurring and what wallets, for example, are interacting with the smart contracts that are uploaded onto the Ethereum virtual machine, which is the playground for smart contracts in the Ethereum network. So what miners are doing are running computations. And for the case of Bitcoin, they're specifically storing and creating new blocks and registering these blocks. So like registering, validating, and adding them to the ledger. And when one is added, then all of the nodes that are regulating have to update with that new block. And that's how the Bitcoin network works. That's what allows it to work. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, I do not believe in proof of work as a long-term solution. I believe obviously, it was the inception. Has a lot of merit, but I believe things like proof of stake, which Ethereum 2.0 is going to be implementing, and Cardano has the backbone of Cardano is proof of stake, are much more important, a lot less energy efficient. They rely on different methods of consensus, which still provide, as mathematically proven by some of Cardano's research papers, or rather some of the research papers that have been submitted by academic fellows that have been researching in proof of stake for the use case of Cardano and the Ouroboros mechanism that Cardano uses. Now, as I was saying, the proof of stake is a lot less energy inefficient as proof of work is. And this is extremely important if you're talking about scaling to the level of transactions that might occur on a government or on a countrywide basis or on a global basis where all participants, everyone with a bank account is currently using it, or even where everyone without a bank account is using it. That becomes too much power if you're looking at a proof of work system. So it's important to understand that, right now energy is a problem, but we already have a solution to that energy problem. And it's not about getting rid of cryptocurrency. It may be about shifting focus from Bitcoin to some of the other altcoins that are doing a great job of implementing proof of stake. Ethereum may be one of these when they do, but at the moment, while being a pioneer in the use of computational power for actual business cases, right now its fees are too high to run a reliable business, for the average individual. And, you wouldn't want to have to pay for something and then spend, half of the cost of it in fees, right? Even current banks and PayPal and stuff would never do that to you. So it has to beat the current market. And the only things that do that at the moment are networks like Polygon, like Cardano, and these networks, they can beat the current market. But again, it becomes a network effect. It becomes how are these technologies integrated with what you're currently using, and of course, that's where I would shift my focus back to, the unbanked and the people that are currently using something that's already subpar. They would gladly reach up to something, some future technology like Cardano or Telcoin or Bax that could potentially offer them a solution to transfer money as remittance, transfer money back home that they've earned, or to just go about their daily payments without having to use the mobile money network, which is what's used in Africa, stuff like that. So it's important to understand that we already have a solution to the energy problem, but everybody is so focused on Bitcoin, they're so focused on Ethereum, they're so focused on, the blockchain 1.0 and blockchain 2.0 as they're known, that they're not really giving the attention that blockchain 3.0 deserves as the actual solution to the problems which they're complaining about Bitcoin is. People like this are Elon Musk, who's complaining about Bitcoin and then saying that Dogecoin can be better than Bitcoin, if we change some of the code. But at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be an adapted version of Bitcoin when there are already better adapted versions of Bitcoin on the market. They're just not a meme coin. They're, a real coin with a real team that's focused on creating real value, like ADA, like Cardano. So that was a little bit of an overview about what is mining. Is this energy use a problem? And it is, but we already have a solution. So we should be focusing on the solution and not the problem. We should be quickly diverting from the problem. And of course, there's going to be a lot of investment in mining software that people are going to have to sell. And that's been one of the problems with gamers lately. They haven't been able to find a good GPU for gaming because all the miners are buying it up because it's such a lucrative business right now. So it would help the entire world to start focusing on other proofs, and something that Charles Hoskinson has talked about a lot is how it doesn't have to be one or the other for a good network. It can be a mixture of proof of stake, proof of work, proof of existence, and the mixture of all of these could create a very good system. And ideally in the future, their vision for Cardano is that if you wish to run an application using Cardano technology, you could choose between a mixture of these to create the ideal secure use case solution for what you want to do. So that's going to be it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff, all the good stuff. And I hope you have a blessed day.